Opening and managing files is one of the main advantages of using Bluebeam in comparison to other PDF editors. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to make Bluebeam your PDF default. So that way, when you open up PDFs, it automatically opens it up in Bluebeam. And then we'll talk about how to open files using a keyboard shortcut. And then finally, we're going to talk about the drag and drop method, which is how I like to open files in Bluebeam. Okay, so how you actually go about making Bluebeam your default editor or PDF editor, is you actually have to go into the search on your Windows and search for the word default apps, and then click this guy right here. So once you click that, you're then gonna search for Bluebeam. So you can search in here. I see it right here. So I'm just gonna find Bluebeam. So you find Bluebeam. Here are your options. Set default types for this, right? So you can see I have Bluebeam for both, but yours most likely will be Microsoft Edge if you are on a Windows computer. So go ahead and change this to Revu, right? So that's Bluebeam, and then you should be good to go. This is very important because otherwise it's really annoying to keep opening files in Microsoft Edge where you can't manipulate them like what you can do in Bluebeam. So now you're in Bluebeam, you have it open. You can just search to find Bluebeam or click the icon on your computer. So now you have it open. If you want to open a file, right, which is the first thing you're gonna do is try to open a file, is you actually can use the shortcut Control-O. So if I press Control-O, it pops up. Now, the only thing that I don't necessarily love about this is because this is pretty small, so you can expand it here if you want to, but I also just like the drag and drop method. But this is how you do it if you want to quickly open a file and you know exactly where it is. The hard part is it will pop open wherever on your computer. So you have to go through here and be like, okay, did I put it in here? And make sure that you navigate to your drawings. Once you select a file, so let's say I want to open that one, you just go ahead and press open. You can also just double click the file as well, and then bam, you have it open. Now you can tell it's open because it's right here and you have an X. How you can close this, there's also another shortcut. It's Control-W. So if I wanted to quickly shut this down and just kill this file, not necessarily go, but exit out of it, you can just do Control-W to get rid of it. So Control-Open to open, and then Control-W to just close it out. You can also open multiple documents at a time. So again, use that Control-O. You can actually just select one and then hold down Control if you want to select two that aren't adjacent to each other. So I still have Control selected, but now I don't have it selected anymore. So now you're not holding down Control anymore. You just have two documents you can press open automatically. If you want to grab everything, I recommend using Control-A. So Control-A is Control All, and that will grab everything. That's really handy because you don't have to select every single thing, because that takes like a couple extra seconds to go through and go, okay, hold Shift, right? If you want to grab adjacent ones, holding Shift or holding Control to grab all of them, it's a lot easier to just do Control-A and then press open. However, I kind of like doing the drag and drop method. So the drag and drop method is really just finding the file first. So opening up your file explorer and then dragging it into Bluebeam. Again, it's not as, savvy as maybe the, using the hotkeys and stuff, but sometimes I forget where I put the file. So I'm like, I have to dig around in my file explorer for a while. Now, if you don't have a file explorer open, the hotkey is Windows E. So that will open up a new Windows Explorer, which is really nice. So I always do that. I use that hotkey and then I look for it. I will say the #1 rule for document management is having folders where you have all your stuff. It's gonna get messy if you're opening stuff from different folders, so do some cleaning. If you need to add an additional folder in your Windows Explorer to move around documents and kind of organize them, the hotkey is Control-Shift-N, and that is a new folder, and then you automatically type. If you want to rename a folder, you can just select it and press F2 on the keyboard. So if you press F2, and if you're on a laptop, you're gonna make sure there's an FN key that switches those top row of keys on and off, so just keep that in mind. And then you can just automatically rename if you want. So that's something to know, that you can kind of move drawings around in your Windows Explorer before opening them, but I like to organize. You can add a new folder, be like, this is mechanical, and then you can just hold Control and select and move the mechanical into the mechanical folder. And that I like to organize it kind of like that prior to me actually pulling them into Bluebeam, because I feel like organization starts with the folders themselves. So, but I'm just gonna leave it all like this. And again, I'm just gonna use my file explorer, and then I'm just gonna drag, and you'll notice that there's like this new, it looks different. So you'll see that I'm dragging a file and I'm just dropping it into Bluebeam. That is super easy. I can find my files and then I can just drag and drop. I personally like that method over the control. Oh, I just feel like there's more control in it and I can just kind of move a little bit because the other one is just so small. The window screen is, and then bam, you can start using. If you need to save, hotkey is Control S. If you want to save and rename it, you do Control Shift S. So those are some hotkeys. I'm a big fan of keyboard shortcuts, like especially when working, because it just shaves so many seconds off your workflow. Hopefully this gives you some options on how you can open documents in Bluebeam and how you can use some of the hotkeys. I do have a whole video series on a Bluebeam review on Skillshare, which I know they do a 30-day free trial, so you can sign up, watch the videos, and then cancel, which is really nice. So check that out. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.